cosmic loves. How are you guys? Welcome back to another session of PersiaRedz based weekly guidance. I kind of wanted to change up the way I did the weekly guidance. It's gonna be a pick an orgone, and then I'll do the readings from there. I'm gonna see how you guys like it like that. I'm gonna see how I like it like that. But first, you got your smoke, you got your drink. I have Ganesh incense burning, keeping my roads open, obstacles cleared, doors, easy access for me to get my blessings. You know what I'm saying? Ganesh deals with a Hindu pantheon, but is very awesome. He is a road opener. Um, he helps you talk to other energies and deities within the Hindu pantheon. So, with that being said, let me get going. We are doing April 23rd to August 29th of 2021. And guess what? There are no planetary transits for us to to us to know. How y'all like that? How y'all like that? No planetary transits. Um, so y'all could just enjoy this retrograde in Uranus, which pay attention to where Uranus sits in your natal chart because in that area is going to have the most activity. So if your natal chart is in your first house, the I am, there's going to be a lot of activity in you figuring out who you are, like what makes you up, like what are your parts consistent of. If you are in the Cancer, the I feel, the I emote, it's going to be active in the way you feel about things, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about the people around you. You're actually, really sitting down and feeling how you feel about things. Like you're paying attention to your feelings. So pay attention to where your Uranus is. Okay? Okay. Now it's time to get into the 3 orgone pieces, which I am going to lay them out and then I'm going to switch the camera so that you guys can see. You will pick which orgone piece, because there will be 3, um, resonates with you the most. I will do an intuitive read with the orgone piece of what it has in it and what it represents. And then I will pull 2 cards for each. So I will have timestamps below so that you can go to which part you want to go to. And if they all resonate with you, then just listen to it through because it'll probably be hitting on something that's a couple of things that are going on in your life. This is just guidance. So remember, take what resonates, and leave what doesn't. And of course, you could always follow me on my Patreon and buy me a cup of coffee. And these orgone pieces that you see are pieces that I make. So if you like any of them, you can find them on my website or you can email me below at my business email or go on my website or my Etsy or whatever you want to do and we can hook it up that way. So with that being said, let's get into it. Let's get in. Okay. So the way I did it before I didn't like it, so I changed it to do it this way, right? Okay. So you see the pieces that I have before me. Piece number 1 for you to pick from is this beautiful flower. It has highlight in there. One. This is piece 2. Green aventurine, citrine, and a lotus flower. Piece number 3 is a skull, and it has amethyst and rose quartz inside. So you have the rose, number 1, the heart, number 2, and the skull, number 3. And just go with whichever one resonates with you, and then we will go forward. So I'll give you like a couple seconds to pick, and then I'm going to get right in it. Okay, guys. I'm going to start off with the rose. If you picked this rose, then you are trying to create unity. You are trying to find a balance between two different spaces and make it work as one. You are in a point of blooming in certain aspects of your life. Um, some of us are blooming in the romance area, but it's like, it's not the type of romance that is hot like fire, sparkling. It's like that calm, soothing type of feeling that you have in your heart, right? And it's just like you found someone. So you're trying to create unity in your heart with someone else, and you're trying to create a space where different things work as one. So this is for the rose. All right, spirit, ancestors, guides. What is the guidance that you have for group 1 with the rose for this weekly guidance? What should they be aware of? What is going on with them? Please let us know. And with this unity, it can also include friendship, like your tribe, your coven, but it's like, it could also be like something that you're dealing with at work where, oh, that one flew. So we have the King of Cups. You have gotten to a space where you are in like a divine, you're like in a divine authority now. When it comes to your emotions, you have, traveled the journey with your emotions, and now you know where you want to be, which is why you're trying to create this unity, because you're at a point where you've learned the lessons that you need to learn, and you're at a point where you're ready to open up and sail to the person, to the situation, into a space that is peaceful, that is united, that is one with you and how you feel. You can also see that this person is also in the water. So it is also to those that have really been working on your intuition, those that have really been tapping in. You are, if you haven't started, it's coming. Like, you've been tapping into how you feel, what you think, your emotions. You've been paying attention to your gut. Like, you've been really mastering yourself, and you should be very proud of that. You'll be noticing the changes this week. Like, certain situations will come up, and you'll just be like, oh my gosh, that was so me. And it is you. You've been putting in the work. That flew out. So we have the Seven of Pentacles. A lot of us this week are going to feel like, it was upside down though. So a lot of us this week are going to feel like the things that we've been doing are not coming to fruition. We feel like it's not blooming the way it should, but it is blooming the way it should. You just have to be patient, because this was upside down. It's asking for patience, because things have to work in their own time. And sometimes our time is not the time it's supposed to work in. So just be aware. And this is about you. This is about who you are. You've been thinking that you didn't make it this far, and you have. You're going to see that you made it this far, that you've really come to be masterful of yourself. Just because you don't feel like you're growing doesn't mean you haven't grown. You have grown. You are awesome. You are amazing. You've grown. Okay? You're blooming. You are blooming. You are in a space of tranquility and peace. And you're trying to stay in that place. And if you haven't reached that place, but you feel like you've been in that place, but not as consistent as you want, you'll be realizing that this week you are in that space. You are. Like, for real. Like, believe. No. Because you've been putting in a lot of work, group one. A lot of work. So don't feel like you're not. Give yourself credit. You've come very far. Because a lot of y'all weren't really emotional people or people that dealt with their emotions. And look at you. You have. Just because you don't feel the growth is because you're not used to working with your emotions so well. But the growth is there. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. So, thank you. And I will see you guys later. It is now time for group 2. Hey guys, you guys picked the heart with the lotus flower, green aventurine, and citrine. Picking this one means that you are opening yourself to abundance and prosperity. Your heart is open, it is stimulated, or you're trying to stimulate it. And you have a lot of success coming in. You are so creative and you don't give yourself credit. Like, you know what makes you happy. The stuff that makes you happy is what's bringing in your prosperity and your abundance. Your solar plexus is also being stimulated. Some of us have had issues with some illnesses or some sickness, and this week we are coming out of that. We are feeling better. We are getting better. Our solar plexus is balancing itself out and is, aligning itself with the rest of us. The green aventurine is also helping us heal our physical body. So if you haven't been feeling the best, this week you're going to start feeling better. Your heart space is opening. It's being stimulated. So your heart chakra and your solar plexus are 2 chakras that will be a focus for you this week. And the lotus flower embodies prosperity and being able to overcome any and everything. Because, a lotus flower is grown out the mud, literally. They get it out the mud and they become beautiful, amazing flowers. So it doesn't matter what your past is like. You are blooming and blossoming and you are opening your heart this week. You're realizing it. You're seeing it. It's all about you. Your past does not make you less than. You are deserving of all the prosperity, of all the abundance. So, spirit ancestors, what guidance do you have for group number 2 that have picked this prosperous and abundant heart? What can you tell us? What message can I give to them about this? Because they have come from things that, other people probably could not deal with. And they are blooming, they're blossoming, they're finding out how important and amazing they are this week. Shuffle one more time. And then we will do it this way. So we're going to pick 2 cards. Card 1, we have judgment. We have been feeling like we are being judged for something. The only person that's doing the judgment is you. Because of where you've come from, where you've been, you feel like you're being judged all the time. But this judgment is really just how you're judging yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, know that whatever you've gone through and done, it's been done. It's time for you to flow. It's time for you to let your spirit free and be who you are. Like, You are prosperous. You are abundant. Let yourself flow and be free and be in tune. Like, whatever happened back then, who you are now, your core, is what's helping you right now. So don't be so just in your head about it. We have the Two of Pentacles. You're gonna see that you're actually in more harmony. You're more in balance than you realized. Your health, the way you feel, uh, even like your business, things of that nature. Like your the things that you can touch, that you value, that your monetary is getting balanced out. It's becoming harmonious. It's working together. So the more you allow yourself to be you, is the more you work together. You are prosperous right now. Your past does not define who you are. You are still an amazing person. You are beautiful. You are handsome. You are awesome. And that's just what it is. You're a happy person. You knows what makes you happy. Your creativity is off the chain. Use it all to your advantage. Being creative allows you to allow yourself to be free and to show who you are. All right, group 2, I see you. Don't let this baggage hold you down. You don't need it. You don't need it. You can start again. And this is your starting again. Remember, use your heart. Let's stimulate it. I will see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye, group 2. Hey, group 3. You guys picked the skull with the amethyst and rose quartz. So if you picked this one, you're really trying to protect yourself at this moment. Also, you've been talking to your ancestors more. They've been reaching out to you. And this is really like, some of us have been seeing things. We've been really connecting across the veil as of late. So this is reflecting you and your gifts. This is saying that a lot of us have been trying to look for and amp up our protection. We have been talking across the veil, and we have been getting a lot of messages from our ancestors. Y'all are okay. With the amethyst, okay, I got one card out. With the amethyst, that protects you against psychic protection. So it's saying that you've been feeling like your psyche is being bombarded, but you're actually okay. It's not your psyche being bombarded, it's just a shift in the energy. Amethyst also embodies the third eye and the crown chakra. So it's stimulating both of those, meaning you're getting downloads, you're seeing, you're seeing, you're seeing a lot more than you normally see. So it's taking you for a little surprise. So you think that you're early under attack when it's just a shift. A lot of us, our gifts are starting to come out right now. And some of our gifts include being a medium, a necromancer, just being able to communicate across the veil. Also, there's rose quartz in there. So that's also stimulating your heart chakra. That is allowing you to trust in yourself as well as others. It's bringing you into balance again. It's allowing unconditional love from genuine people to find you. It's allowing you to love yourself. You to love yourself. And it's going to bring in genuine love from the outside. So some of us have been looking for protection because our hearts have been broken, and we've been looking for some type of help to rebuild what's been going on with our heart. And that's fine. You should always want to protect yourself. And your ancestors are protecting you as well. They are there because you are their... Sorry about that, guys. You are their heart. They love you. And that's why they're reaching out more, because they feel like it's time for you to go to the next step. It's time for you to go to the next step. So the first card that came out was the Two of Wands. And you're trying to figure out what needs to be done. You're trying to get a good idea. You feel like you're on the defensive. Like, you're feeling like a lot of it is spiritual. And it kind of is, to an extent. That just came out. Oh, that's okay. We had two. Yeah, you're on the defensive. Like, you're trying to figure out what's going on. You're not. It's like you're moving too quickly with certain things to find out how things are going, but you're not giving yourself enough time to process. You have to give yourself enough time to process, because you're going into overprotective mode and panic mode when you don't need to be. Your next card is the Five of Pentacles. You've been feeling like things aren't going well, but you're fine. Your physical is fine. Like, you are okay. You're not losing out on anything. It's just the way the shift is going. You feel like you are, so you feel like you need to protect yourself. You feel like so much stuff is going on, but you are actually okay. Like, you're not taking a loss right now. Not the way you think you are. You're not taking that loss. So don't feel like that's the loss that you have to take. It's not a loss. And then our third one, we have the Hierophant. Because you've been feeling lost, you've kind of just kind of fallen off doing your rituals, your meditations, and things that you normally do, your prayers, your mantras, your chants, all of those things. You've kind of just been off. But you don't have to be off. It's okay. You're just in protection mode. You're having a hard time with this shift. And I completely understand having a hard time with the shift. But you have this. It's completely fine. Your ancestors got you. You feel like you're not getting your point across. You feel like you're not ascending. You're not leveling up. But that's really not the case. That's really not the case. There's fear where it doesn't belong. It's just that you have to balance yourself out with the shift, especially if any of the retrogrades are, significant in your natal chart. You know what I'm saying? Like, this week we are out of Leo season and Virgo season. So the change into Virgo season might be making us a lot more analytical, looking at ourselves, criticizing ourselves when we don't need to criticize. Stop criticizing yourself. You don't need to. You are fine. Like, you are fine. Y'all hear me? You're fine. You're fine. But really, y'all are okay. You're just overworrying, overthinking it. Thank you guys for spending time with me again for this different weekly guidance. More of a Pick-a-Orgone, but And I hope that you like this, subscribe. Don't forget to share this with other people. You never know who needs a little bit of guidance during their week or for their week. I can't wait to see you guys for the next video. And, have an amazing, amazing week. Bye, loves.